This video is brought to you by Longoni Cues.
Are you trying to do this? But find yourself doing this. Or you want to play a great kick safety like this, but it doesn't quite work out, and what happens is this. Hi pool players, it's the Terminator. Welcome back to another episode of Terminator Tips. Let's hop onto my Pro Start table and show you the biggest secret to this shot and make you more consistent at it. The theory behind this shot is not too complicated, but we have to keep a couple of big rules in mind to avoid this double hit. The first one is the closer the object ball is to the rail, the bigger the chances of that double hit. When there's room between the rail and the object ball, there's more room for error to get that cue ball and the object ball away from each other. Use that distance to the rail to get that nice spread, and you will be more successful on this shot. But the closer this object ball gets to the rail, the margin for error decreases and it's harder to get this cue ball out of the way. That's why we get to the biggest secret of this shot right now. First of all, and this is the highest value you can get out of this video, when we give a regular amount of spin, let's say in this case we're using left spin. Let's imagine that it's a clock. We're gonna give 11 o'clock on this cue ball. When we give that amount of regular spin, the incoming angle from the long rail to the one ball has a very high percentage of a double risk, because we're gonna come into an angle where it's very, very hard to get away from this one ball with the cue ball. However, when we increase the spin and we're gonna go down on the cue ball and more to the side, we're going for 9 o'clock this time, then we can hit higher on the long rail and we're gonna come in at a very different angle. The angle is really gonna open up for us, and you can see that there's a bigger chance for getting away from this one ball much faster. You have to experiment with this and try this out to really understand this and get a feel for it. There is no written in stone aiming system for these types of shots. You have to get to the pool table, set up a few of them, spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes on them a couple of times a week. That's how you really improve on these shots. And second of all, we need that spin to stay on the cue ball. We're gonna hit the cue ball at a very slow pace, otherwise the balls are gonna open up and we're gonna sell out. We need a soft pace, but a lot of spin, remember, to get away from this double hit. So we have to get more to the side of the cue ball also to keep the spin on the cue ball. I'm still shocked every time I shoot this type of shot at how high I have to aim on the long rail, and that spin is still gonna do all that lengthening out. For example, here I'm just aiming past the second diamond with a ton of left, 9 o'clock on the cue ball, and watch all that spin lengthening out. I mean, that is just a beautiful shot. If you shoot it with less spin, it's gonna double hit and you won't get the desired effect. If you enjoy these types of shots, make sure to check out the playlist above, Kick Like Effort. Also, please give it a thumbs up so YouTube can spread this out to more players just like you. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any future content, and donations are also highly appreciated. Let's continue. Same principle here in this one pocket shot. Our goal is to kick at this one ball, hit the outside of it with right spin, sending the one ball towards our pocket and the cue ball up table. If you don't give enough spin, what we spoke about earlier on, you're gonna come too much from underneath this one, and the chances of a double hit are huge. If we open up this angle and give a ton of right spin, 3 o'clock, you see here we're coming more towards this side of the one now, and your chances are much bigger to avoid the double hit. So instead of aiming somewhere here, we gotta really come back, also depending of course on the humidity and the slickness of the balls in the cloth. That's why you need to experiment some with this. Put a ton of spin on it, 3 o'clock in my case. Let's see if we can avoid that kiss. Look how nice that works. I just hit it a bit thin, but you see still the beautiful spread. One more try, let's see if we can catch it slightly fuller and get it closer to our pocket. There's that nice 3 o'clock. Force yourself to give that amount of spin, then you can get much higher or further on that rail and open up that angle. That's pretty nice. It's going close to the pocket, cue ball down table, job done. So to sum it up, the closer the object ball is to the rail, the bigger the chance of a double hit. To avoid that, we want to increase that spin, go all the way to the outside of the cue ball so we can hit higher onto the long rail and open up that angle so we have a bigger chance to spread them out. Super powerful shot, not easy, but it's going to show a lot of knowledge to your peers when you pull this one off in competition. Boom. There you go, pool fans. Hop onto your pool table right now, work on this shot, experiment with it, get a better feel for it, and improve your consistency. Don't forget to check out the other great content on the channel. There's tips and lessons here uploaded all the time for you. And remember, if you are finally ready to work on the most important part of your game, the mental side, head over to the Terminator College, check out all those courses that are just waiting there for you. See you in the next episode.